Real Madrid is no stranger to drama. But this year, it's not about thrilling last-minute goals or penalty shootouts, it's about injuries. 2024 has been a tough year for the Blancos, and believe me, it's almost like someone cursed their locker room. If only injuries were like red cards, something the team could challenge. Instead, it's been an ongoing saga featuring twisted ankles, pulled hamstrings, and bruised egos. The Hospital Galacticos, who's down and out. Real Madrid's list of injuries has almost been as long as their squad list, and no, that's not an exaggeration. Key players like Vinícius Júnior, who is usually the spark in Real Madrid's attack, has faced a rough year with recurring muscle injuries. The young Brazilian has missed critical games during La Liga and the Champions League, causing major setbacks in Madrid's quest for silverware. Karim Benzema, the ever-reliable goal machine, has also been dealing with persistent knee issues, which, let's face it, is terrible news for Madridistas. Losing Benzema's sharpness in front of goal has led to a drop in Real Madrid's scoring efficiency, forcing them to rely heavily on midfield contributions. The injuries have also extended to new signings like Arda Güler, who, despite being highly anticipated, has had his season severely affected by fitness issues. At this point, it feels like Real Madrid might have better luck signing a medical team than another striker. The fixture monster. Too many games, too few legs. The busy schedule is one of the biggest culprits. With La Liga, Champions League, and those ever-draining international duties, Real Madrid has been forced to rely on a rotation system that seems to rotate between who's available and who has the least painful injury. Union of European Football Associations' crammed fixture list, designed to fit in extra games for broadcast deals, hasn't done any favors either. Players like Luka Modric, who is nearing 39, have been forced to participate in more matches than is advisable for someone in their twilight years. The tight schedule led to Vinicius missing key matches against rivals like Atletico Madrid, contributing to critical dropped points. Even Carlo Ancelotti has voiced his frustration with the absurd number of games, saying it's as if the calendar was devised by someone who hates knees. With almost no recovery time, it's no wonder injuries are taking over the squad. Carlo's dilemma: patchwork starting 11s. Every week, Ancelotti has faced the challenge of putting together a competitive starting 11. It's like trying to solve a jigsaw puzzle where half the pieces have gone missing. The revolving door of injured players has seen unpredictable lineups, with Ancelotti calling upon Castilla players like Nico Paz to fill gaps. With first-choice defenders and key midfielders unavailable, the manager has often had to rely on Real Madrid Castilla players, who, while talented, may not be ready for the intensity of La Liga and European competition. The lack of consistency in selection has also meant that Real Madrid's rhythm has been affected. This has particularly impacted their defensive solidity, leading to uncharacteristic errors in crucial matches against smaller teams, losing points that could decide their league fate later on. Vinícius Júnior's hamstring, again? Poor Vinicius. It's been a year where his hamstring seems to have developed its own sense of independence. Vinícius Júnior has been sidelined multiple times in 2024, and every time he returns, it's like fans collectively hold their breath. Watching him run fearlessly is exhilarating, but it's also making us wonder if his muscles signed up for a separate agenda this year. When fit, Vinícius has proven instrumental. His pace and dribbling ability leave defenders in the dust, making him crucial for Madrid's offensive plays. His absence, however, has left Madrid relying heavily on Rodrigo and Joselu, neither of whom has been able to fill the Brazilian's boots consistently. Each time Vinícius has had to sit out, Madrid's average goals per match has noticeably dipped, showing just how important he is to breaking down stubborn defenses. Brahim Diaz, the latest victim of the curse. Just when things couldn't get worse, Brahim Diaz also got himself on the injury list. He's one of those players whose nimbleness is unmatched, but unfortunately, the fixture monster got him too. Diaz's injury meant Real Madrid lost another attacking threat, pushing Ancelotti to scramble for tactical alternatives. The 24-year-old Spaniard has been effective when called upon, offering a burst of creativity and flair that has been lacking without Vinícius. However, his time on the treatment table means Ancelotti has had to depend on less established options. Maybe a forward-less formation? Nah, let's leave that to Pep Guardiola. The young forwards brought in to fill the gap lack the experience, meaning Madrid's game has sometimes looked disjointed, especially against teams that park the bus. Defensive woes. Militao and Alaba out for the count. David Alaba and Éder Militão have been essential cogs in Real Madrid's defensive machine, but both have struggled with injuries in 2024. Militao's ligament injury early in the season sent shockwaves through the defensive line, leaving gaps that were too hard to fill. His partnership with Antonio Rüdiger was crucial to Madrid's defense, and losing Militao has left a noticeable void. Alaba's frequent muscle niggles only made it worse, resulting in a makeshift backline that lacked cohesion. Nacho Fernandez has stepped up in their absence, but the veteran defender has found it challenging to maintain the same level of performance across so many consecutive matches. At this rate, Real Madrid's defense might need a miracle more than a tactical overhaul. Midfield mayhem. Modric's age showing? As much as we all love Luka Modric, age has a way of catching up, and it seems like 2024 is the year Modric's body is whispering, "Take it easy." The Croatian magician has dealt with calf issues this season, and while he's tried his best to keep going, there's no denying that Real Madrid has felt the impact of his absence. The injuries have put more pressure on younger midfielders like Aurélien Tchouaméni and Eduardo Camavinga, who, while immensely talented, lack the experience and composure Modric brings in clutch situations. Toni Kroos has also seen his fair share of injuries, leading to an increasingly patched-up midfield that struggles to control games. The domino effect has seen Valverde taking on an unnatural playmaker role, something he's competent in but lacks the artistry Modric provides. A frustrated Ancelotti, tinkering with every last option. It's not every day you see a manager have to reinvent his strategy from scratch. But Ancelotti has been tinkering non-stop, trying different combinations with whatever players aren't in the treatment room. He's tried young talents like Fran Garcia, mixed and matched midfielders, and even played players out of their natural positions. It's a bit like cooking a meal when you're out of half the ingredients. You just throw everything you have into the pot and hope it doesn't explode. The tactical inconsistencies have impacted Madrid's ability to dictate matches, often giving lesser teams confidence to attack. Ancelotti's frustration has also visibly spilled over into press conferences as the Italian manager has lamented both bad luck and the physical toll of the packed schedule. Rudiger to the rescue. But for how long? One bright spot has been Antonio Rüdiger, who seems to have a body made of steel. In the midst of all these injuries, Rudiger has stepped up big time, covering multiple defensive roles and even pushing forward during set pieces. He's been an unsung hero, but the big question remains, how long can he keep this up without joining the injury list himself? Rudiger's physicality has been crucial, but the wear and tear are evident after a relentless run of fixtures. He has even chipped in with goals, a welcome bonus for a team struggling to score consistently. However, his constant involvement leaves the risk of burnout looming over him, something that Madrid cannot afford considering the already stretched defense. That's all for today's video. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Real Madrid's ongoing injury saga, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe to the channel for more future updates. Hit that notification bell so you never miss out on the hottest takes straight from the field. Let's hope Madrid can bounce back. Fingers crossed.